Hello, and it's a new week, but I'm going to start this week with something different. Alright, Cornwall kayaker, I want to set you a challenge to come up to Plymouth when we've got 15 to 20 mile an hour winds and see how long you last out in our ocean on your Vivo kayak, right? Because you're making yourself look an idiot because you've never ever been out in a kayak in rough weather, right? I don't watch your videos anymore because I think you're a very good fisherman, I'll give you that, but your review of your Vivo is a load of rubbish. How can you say that kayak's better than the Compass or any other kayak when you've never ever been out in bad water? You are a joke, mate, with it. Honest to God, you are a joke with it, because all your videos, you're a fair weather kayaker. You ain't got it like me, and there's I would say there's a lot of others who's like me right through the country. We go out in the weather. I want to set you a challenge. I'd like you to come up to Plymouth and join me on an outing when it's 15 mile an hour, even up to 20 mile an hour winds, right? And you come up here and fish our waters with the fast tides and all that. Let's see how long you would last till you capsize, mate. Because you're talking crap. And you're on about getting the Outback kayak now. The Outback kayak is no different to the Compass. Look it up on YouTube, mate. Because it's the same hull, but you got all the extras. So I want to set you a challenge. Come up here to Plymouth and fish with me. We'll do it on a day when it's 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and let's see who's the best man then with the best kayak. Because you're talking crap, mate. You've never ever, I don't watch your channel anymore because of the last time when you were slagging off the Compass. You know, how can you give a review on the Vivo after 12 months when you only go out? Well, how many videos have you done since you've had it? And I must admit, I watched your first video with it because it was so comical. And the only reason I'm being like this with you now is because someone tagged me in what you in your last video, your review. So I'm going to set out a challenge. Come up to Plymouth, 15 mile an hour winds to 20 mile an hour winds, big tides. Let's see who the man is. Let's see how you can cope with all your crap what comes out of your mouth about, oh, this kayak's the best kayak on the planet. Because I'll tell you now, you will be put to shame. You're a fair weather fisherman. Everyone who's watched your videos, you only go out on nice days. You don't go out when the winds are up or anything. So how can you make a review on that your kayak's better in rough water than, I'm not just on about the Compass now, I'm on about any other kayak when you've never done it. So come up to Plymouth on a rough day and let's see how good you are in the water. That's all I've got to say about you, because you're making yourself look a dick, to be honest with it. I've been the Compass 8 years now. Anyone who's watched all my videos and that has seen the rough times I go out. It's like when the wind beat me, the one I put on. That was 20 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 30 miles an hour, mate. I was out here, but I couldn't fish because it was pushing me too fast for where I wanted to fish. you know, that's why I had to call it. But I give it 5 hours before I give in. You know, and I know the camera never makes it look as bad as it is, but I know people from Plymouth who watches my videos, and they'll tell you the weather, some of the times when I've been out, is bad. So you need to stop talking crap about kayaks and start just concentrate on your fishing, mate, because you ain't got a clue. But I want you to see if you got the balls to take up this challenge and come up to Plymouth when it's 15 to 20 mile an hour winds and come out on the water with me. Let's see how, because you talk the talk, let's see you walk the walk, mate. Because you're slagging off kayaks, well, you had the compass, fair enough, yeah? But I never seen, and I used to watch your videos then, but I've never seen you go out in rough water in your compass. You know, I do my videos every time I go out. Don't matter if I blank, don't matter if it's crap, whatever the weather, I videos every time I go out. And it's funny how you look at your videos, fair weather, man. So don't start saying things when you ain't got a clue what you're on about with bad weather and all that, how your kayak is better than that. We all know that you're going to try and get an outback now, and ain't that evil be up for sale. And it's like, now I'm doing 3.5 miles an hour, right? And you slagging off, oh, the best the compass can do is only 3 miles an hour. Well, I'm sorry, mate. I'm doing 3.5 miles an hour now. So you're talking crap. But if you want to back it up, come up to Plymouth. Let me and you hit the water 15, 20 mile an hour with big tides. Let's see how good you are and see how good you are in that kayak. Instead of just talking the talk when you don't do it. You know, I'm only got annoyed with you because you're talking crap when you've never been out there in the rough waters. You're a fair weather fisherman. And, you know, if that's all you can handle is fair weather, that's fair enough. But don't put other kayaks down because you haven't experienced it in any of the kayaks. That's all I'm saying. It's like, to me, the compass. If you're a usual watcher to my channel, you'll see I go out in all sorts of weather, right? But for someone to slag off a kayak when they've never actually been out in rough waters is a joke. And then make out theirs to be the best kayak out there when it's obvious he's going to sell that kayak to get the outback, and when it just don't make sense. So come up to Plymouth, me and you on the water. Let's see how good you are in 15, 20 mile an hour with big tides. Because I doubt if you got the balls to do it. Right, anyway, this morning I'm going to Penley Point.